Alright, everybody. Guess what? We're making a YouTube video. Is it on Halo Infinite? Dead game? Yes. Moving on. Yeah, you know, it was really cool. I actually recorded like 15 minutes of content, and by content, I just mean me yapping about nothing. But then I watched it back and realized that my compressors for my microphone made my voice sound like dog shit, like actually. Like everything was so heavily compressed, I could barely hear myself if my mouth went like a foot away from the microphone. I mean, I had to take them all off, which, you know, now my like, you know, my smacking lips then are just like damp at all times. Like you're gonna be hearing that the whole time. But you know what? We'll fix it in the future. Yeah. But yeah, you know, I thought about it for like months. You know, what do I want to do for my first video? You know, besides my YouTube shorts, those were like a failed experiment. Not a failed experiment. Some of them actually garnered a decent amount of like views. But I mean, views don't amount to anything if no one like subscribes. You know what I mean? And not that I'm not thankful for the views. I actually didn't even think I'd get any sort of views whatsoever off of them. But some got like 15K, and I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, all that to say, I thought about it forever, what I wanted to make my first video on. I'm talking like I had scripts written down for like how big corporate, you know, powerhouses like EA and stuff like that have ruined modern game design, stuff of that nature. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play a video game and talk over it. So, you know, yeah, that's what we're doing. There's a lot that goes into like making videos and stuff like that you don't really think about until like you press record. You know what I mean? Like you're like, does my mic sound good? Is my screen actually fitted to OBS? Because surprisingly enough, mine wasn't fitted OBS and looked fucking terrible. And, you know, I was like, that's fine, I guess, like to an extent, but I've had that set up for years. Why all of a sudden now is it like formatted like trash? All right, that guy shit on me. Fair enough. But yeah, I had even written a script about like Halo Reach and like its amazing impact on like modern arcade shooters and stuff like that. I then immediately realized that would take a lot of editing, and I know like literally nothing about that sort of thing. And you know, I'm also like totally throwing this match right now, but you know what, that's fine. But yeah, so I decided to play games in the background, and while I do know that Halo is dead and dying, you know, that's... I wanted to play a comfort game for the first video. You know what? I wanted it to be something that I look back on and be like, man, look how far we've come since just playing Halo Infinite to some background noise. You know what I mean? These guys really threw the bag right there. That was crazy. But yeah, and you know, after months of procrastinating and trying to adjust my scripts and, you know, even attempting to stream there for like a few days and deciding that that's probably not what I'm going to enjoy doing, I was just like, you know, we might as well just record a little bit of gameplay. You know, it doesn't even have to be good. It can just be me floundering around for a bit and just, you know, chat, get something out there. Not really for like content's sake, more so for like self-confidence, you know, just to make sure I don't hate the sound of my voice so much that I literally can't post videos. You know, I like played some audio back and I was like, you know, my voice isn't that terrible. You know, it's not like the worst thing in the world. And it's definitely not my favorite thing to listen to, don't get me wrong. But you know, there is worse. There is worse. Not much worse, but you know, we try our best out here. He hit that? That's insane. Oh, my ammo. That's tragic. But yeah, I've been watching people for years just make content like this. Now, granted, the people I watch make this sort of thing is like FaZe Jev. You know, people that got like 10 years of like research, and not research, but experience, like on pro teams where they garnered their clout, and then they kind of reverted back to something more chill and something more vibey. I doubt that I'm really going to get anywhere just talking and shooting people, but you know what? That's what experimenting's for. And you know, the great thing about it is I doubt I'm just going to give up after, like, if this doesn't work. Like, I'll just do something else. Like, I'll just make a different format. I'll start, I don't know, maybe actually making in-depth videos, learning how to edit for real instead of like just like making cuts. I can make some mean cuts, bro, right? You don't want to know. You don't want to know the kind of cuts I can make. What a shot, actually. But at the end of the day, the point of making content is to make something you enjoy, you know? You see people get stuck in these niches where they have to just do something that they don't really have all that much passion for years. Regardless of if I'm clouded or not, I just want to be doing something that's fun so that like I'm not torturing myself while also not getting any views. That's the main goal. And while Halo Infinite is a game I do really enjoy the gameplay loop of and like how the combat feels, I do understand that it's not very optimal for growth. I mean, hell, this game's practically been dead since its release. Not exactly the ideal way to, you know, garner a brand new fan base and channel. But even still, the other games I was thinking of playing to start TED Talking was probably like Skate 3, you know, something that's been dead for 10 years. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't want to load up Fortnite because I'll just, like, people just make fun of me. You know, I don't want people to see how bad I am at that. You know, I don't want that. You know, maybe I'll do like CS in the background sometimes. You know, I was on a CS game. You know, maybe more like Valorant. I played Valorant way more than I played CS. Regardless, all I'm saying is I'm going to try and experiment with some things. We're going to see what works. And then once we figure out what works, we're still going to keep experimenting. You know, like I'm not committing to anything, bro. I just want to do what's fun for me in the moment and see what happens. You know, a lot of channels garner their clout off of just being like, you know, like one-trick wonders, being good at one game. You know, there's not very many people on Earth that are good at a whole lot of FPS games. So, you know, I went into this with the mindset of like, okay, I'm not getting big off of being good because I know I'm not good. At least not compared to real grinders, stuff of that nature. Oh, there's a sniper right here. Dickhead. We're getting kind of rolled right now, not even gonna lie. And I mean, besides being good at games, you know, you also gotta be like, you know, not boring. You know, that's like the main thing to being an entertainer. You gotta be less than boring, or more than, I should say. I don't really know what to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even keep up with many, like, daily events, like, at all. I have no clue what's going on outside of, like, my work, and, like, I don't really keep up with sports or anything. I, for the most part, just do my own stuff, you know? I do work on computers a lot, but, like, what person wants to, like, talk about that, like, daily? But, yeah, if anyone has any ideas on, like, what kind of videos I should do or, like, what they think would help me get a bit more exposure, you know, that would be awesome. I would love to hear y'all's opinions on these sorts of things, because at the end of the day, I make this stuff to entertain, you know, you guys. And because it's fun, but, you know, I digress. I had no ammo, bro. I was going crazy there for a minute. And it didn't matter. And we lost. And this game sucks. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really had to say. I'm going to be working on future projects. I'm going to expand, figure out what I want to do with this. I'm going to improve my skill set as well. Make sure I actually, you know how to edit. Maybe even, you know, make my own sort of artwork so I can edit off that, you know. Or maybe I'll just use a face cam so I don't have like some stupid VTuber trash going on. I don't really think that's my thing. This is the start of something. I don't know if it's the start of something beautiful or the start of like a fiery shit show. But you know what? We're here. We're gonna figure it out. But anyways, yeah. Bye.